Hey everybody! Thanks for
Hey,
joining us
everybody.
again.
What's
Andy,
going on?
Kim, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
I'm here in spirit.
Yeah, we can hear you, just can't see you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
Go
just waiting
stuff.
to do the big reveal.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm a little
I'm scared
nervous for this
too.
big reveal.
I am scared. Should we just continue on like we planned and then you'll reveal when you're ready?
Yeah, let's do that. So,
Okay, all right.
yeah, so you can comment if you're watching us. Thanks for joining us. Facebook or YouTube, just comment on the video there, and we'll see it, and we can address your questions, comments, etc., etc. So, thanks again for joining us. Hey, Dave, welcome.
Hi. Everyone, I'm so glad to be back. So I don't know if anyone watching today was watching our extra special late night edition of Open Lab a couple weeks ago. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it for that. I was really looking forward to that, talking to Sam from Be Cool. Unfortunately, my son and I actually got a stomach bug. So we were kind of down for the count, but fortunately we were in good hands. Big shout out to Doc who took care of us. She was a real pro. And
Nice.
believe me, that day in the ER, she had her hands full. She told me there was this guy that came in. He was there before us. And I guess he'd gotten into some kind of bar fight or something, stitched up his own wounds. Like, who does that?
What?
Wow, who
Yeah,
does
it was like
that?
crazy. He didn't even want a local for the staples that she had to give him. And she was all like, "Do you enjoy pain?" And he was all like, "Pain don't hurt." And I saw him when he walked into, he looks super familiar. I couldn't place him though.
All right.
Is it that guy?
You
Oh, wait,
know,
I
he
know
did
who it was.
look a lot like our buddy Dalton.
Was it that guy? It was probably that guy.
No, it definitely wasn't him. It definitely wasn't the goblin. No.
Well, since you're talking about Roadhouse and all, we just feast on the
No.
goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right?
Hold
Whoa,
on,
can you
let's
oh
film
my
Yeah,
that. There
god.
we go.
Where did you
yeah.
get that?
Oh,
Some lady makes them in England. I just happened to see it on Etsy, and so I was
I'm
like, huh,
speechless.
I'm going to have to pick up one of those. And it wasn't in the exact size I needed, so she did a little custom job.
Wow.
oh,
I am truly speechless.
There's a, thought it was
You
pretty
need
well done.
it's beautiful. You need
Got
to
all the right.
send us the link to get those.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
I think she has a bunch of different sizes, but
See, and your mom loves it too, so you know it's
oh,
good.
yep.
oh, mom made it. Oh, yep, there she is.
Yep. Hi,
Ma,
Gloria.
I got your text, Ma, but we're live, so I can't really respond. So anyway,
Oh, that's
yeah,
okay. Come on, we're showing a Roadhouse poster.
yeah, there you
It's
go.
Yep.
fine. We do things
That's
differently
so
here.
cool.
I saw it and I was like, because I was looking for movie posters. I collect movie posters, and so I was like,
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. That
I
is amazing. I
was going to get an
Double
original
Deuce
one. Then I saw
Comics.
this. Yeah. Then I saw this. I was like, oh, I got to get that.
that is insane.
That's really
So
good.
Well, clearly I need to own that too. So
yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to get that.
And then oh yeah, you missed all about Andrew's big reveal last week too, or a
What
couple weeks
Yeah.
ago.
what big reveal?
I watched Roadhouse.
No, I knew that. Yes, I did know that. I
Okay.
did,
Yeah.
yes, we did kind of have that conversation, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah. It was so worth it. Oh my God. And then someone was like, what's the best part? And I said, the end. Like, the whole movie's great, but I love the end. Like, I
Oh,
just
come
love
on.
how
Of
it
course, that's
ends.
the best part. Like, that's what it's
Yeah.
been leading up to the whole time is the throat rip. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
of
Duh.
course.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
And the
my God.
bear.
Yep.
And the bear.
I didn't see nothing. Did you see it? Did you see anything?
I
Nope.
didn't
See
see
no one.
anything.
Didn't see no one. So great. I don't want to give away spoilers, but
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone needs to actually see it and experience it for themselves. You can't just talk about it, and you guys cannot appreciate all of our insanity around this movie unless you've seen it. So, if you
That's
haven't seen
true.
it, wait till after we're done and then go watch it.
Yeah. It's
yep.
a must see. Must
It is
see TV.
it is
Yep.
it absolutely is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess we'll get back into it. So for everyone watching, thank you. And just remember the best part of the show, besides listening to us and our ridiculous Roadhouse obsession, of course, is when we give away some awesome IL swag at the end. So we make you work a little as always, but not too hard. You just have to answer a question, put a hashtag into the comments. Today's question is, what is your most profitable item? So just answer that question and include hashtag profit for a chance to win swag at the end of the broadcast. Once again, just tell us what your most profitable item is along with hashtag profit, and your name will automatically be entered into the drawing. If you don't currently sell on Amazon or any other platform, that's okay. Just put hashtag profit in the comments section.
Yeah, I suppose if you don't want to reveal exactly what it is, you can kind of be
Sure. Yeah, if you guys
general.
want to be mysterious.
Category maybe or something.
Category, yeah,
Yeah.
you could do category. It could just be really general, really vague, you know. If it's a book,
Yeah.
just say book. You know, if it's
And
clothing, say
just so
clothing.
both of you know, Mom visited a couple weeks ago, so she was handed her swag box. You've been pressuring me to give her, so
That's
she's all
excellent.
set.
Gloria, let us know how you liked it.
Yeah.
Don't encourage her.
I was so excited to get my crummy. Like I called Chris into the room and everything. I was like, "Look what I got." And he was like, "What is it?" I'm like, "It will sweep up all the crumbs on my keyboard." I was so excited. I've been waiting so long. And it was
Yeah,
and
my
it met
bad.
all my
I thought I'd already sent that to you.
No, because I kept was like, I was asking everyone. I was asking Yoshi, I was asking you, I asked somebody else. I'm like, "Can I get one?" And everyone was like, "Sure." And then I'd wait and wait. And then when the box came, I was so excited because I wasn't expecting it. So it was
That's
fantastic.
even
It's
better.
awesome.
Yay!
Yeah, we have the anniversary spring swag. I guess spring swag is what we're going to be
Spring swag.
sending
I
out.
like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your mom loved everything. So I'm so
Oh,
happy.
good. Yeah,
That's
she
awesome.
better say that.
Well, she's a mom, so she can be brutally honest if she wants to. If she didn't like it, that's okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that's true. So we don't have a guest this week, but we do have Kim's Corner.
We do. Yay. I know. Every time I miss a show, I feel like it's crazy long in between, which I guess it really is. It ends up almost being a month,
A
which
month almost. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which is hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
Yeah, so where's my logo?
Oh my gosh. See?
I can't start without it.
Can't start without that.
Dropping the
Man,
ball.
oh my
Dropping the
God. Yeah.
ball.
What the heck is wrong with
He
me?
keeps thinking about that poster behind him. That's why.
Yeah. Keep wanting to turn around and
Yay!
admire
There
it. But
it is.
okay, now we're set.
Now
Yeah.
I can start. Okay.
Okay.
So welcome to another edition of Kim's Corner. So this week I wanted to talk about something a little different, something that certainly affects Amazon as a business. It's just unclear yet how it's going to eventually affect third-party sellers and customers. And is it more interesting than watching the movie Roadhouse? No,
Mm,
of course not. That's
no.
just ridiculous.
Silly question.
But it's interesting to me anyway. So by now, most or all of you have probably heard about the court fight that was recently won so that the first ever Amazon workers union could be established. So they won the right to get the vote, and it was a warehouse in Staten Island, JFK 8. And I find this story really fascinating on several levels. And of course, because it's Amazon, made headlines all over the world. And this could ultimately affect the way Amazon operates in a big way. But when and how that's going to trickle down to change things for third party sellers remains to be seen. Now, the effort was led by Chris Smalls, a young man from Hackensack, New Jersey, who helped open Amazon's first Staten Island facility. Now, he had no labor union background, no professional organizing experience, and no big money backers. When Chris first started working for the Staten Island Amazon facility, again known as JFK 8, he said it was a good job and he enjoyed it. But he said that over time, the culture changed. The small team he'd started out with grew to thousands of employees. And suddenly, a bunch of workers were feeling like they were just numbers, just cogs in the corporate machine. And myself included, this probably sounds familiar to a lot of people who ended up quitting jobs just like that to start their own business. And then in March of 2020, of course, we all know what happened, right? COVID. And with the pandemic came a lot of worry and concern about safe working conditions. And Chris was no different. He and his friend Derek Palmer staged a walkout protest in March. I think it was March 20th, because they felt that despite Amazon's very public statement that they were taking quote unquote extraordinary safety measures, that the company really hadn't changed anything to keep their employees safe. And as a result of that walkout, Smalls was fired from Amazon the very same day. So he immediately began a grassroots effort to motivate other employees, to educate them about the benefits of having a union. He raised over $120,000 on GoFundMe. He would take time to talk to workers after their shifts ended. He would hang out. They would bring food. They would, sometimes spend all night there, just trying to, get everybody educated and just to let them know what their options were. And even though the first attempt to unionize failed, to surpass that 30% threshold that they needed to put the matter to a vote, earlier this month, the union did secure enough votes. I think it was 5,000 votes or just shy of 5,000. So they were able to unionize. So it got me thinking, how is this going to affect Amazon's bottom line? I mean, it depends on several things. First, it depends on how many other warehouses are going to vote and successfully unionize, because there was a failed attempt in Alabama. I guess they're looking at that a little bit closer. It wasn't, they did fail the vote, but it wasn't so cut and dry. So I think there's some factors they're looking into. But this newly formed Amazon labor union is already negotiating on behalf of those Staten Island members to increase the workers' pay to a minimum of $30 an hour, up from the average hourly rate of 18. If that passes, that could potentially increase the JFK 8 warehouse's 2023 operating expenses by over $200 million. I don't mean that would be what the operating expense, increase it by another $200 million. But remember, Amazon is a company whose total annual operating costs exceed $440 billion. So
Wow.
that's kind of like a drop in the proverbial bucket. But if more and more warehouses
Definitely.
vote, yeah, I mean, it's a huge, can you even imagine that kind of money? I can't.
No, I
And that's
couldn't.
just to run things, But if more and more of these warehouses vote to unionize and negotiate higher salaries and more benefits for workers, it could over time have a substantial impact on Amazon operating costs across the board. And when operating costs go up, then, so does everything else, of course. Now, Morgan Stanley recently did a cost analysis of the impact that more unions could have on Amazon's operating costs and said, quote, every 1% of Amazon's frontline workforce that unionize would lead to an incremental $150 million of annual operating expenses, end quote. So currently, Amazon employs about 750,000 people in its fulfillment and transportation centers. So 1% of that is 7,500 people. The Staten Island facility had almost 5,000 employees vote to unionize. So, that's not even hitting the 1%, but unless there's a sudden and rapid trend to unionize across the country, we're probably looking at pretty slow exponential growth in operating costs as directly affected by unionization. But it's definitely something worth following and keeping a close eye on, both as a seller and as a consumer,
Yeah.
because higher operating costs almost always means higher fees and increased pricing for sellers, increased costs for consumers. And I was writing this today, and all I could think of at the end was that "the more you know" logo and music. So Jeff, could you cue that up for me and just make my fantasy a reality?
There you go.
Thank you. That just made my day.
Yeah, that's crazy how that, we'll see if that spreads. But yeah, they just had
Mhm.
that 5% fuel surcharge that went into effect, I guess,
Yep.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a
today.
ticket about that already this morning. I saw a ticket about that. And
Yep.
Mhm.
so, yeah.
It's interesting because unionized efforts it's not just Amazon,
Mhm.
we just had a Starbucks that voted in Wisconsin to unionize. So I thought that
Did
was
they
really
really?
interesting.
Really, really
Yeah, the first
interesting.
one in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I read a lot of articles recently, and it's not surprising, but COVID really changed things, and I think that we've gotten to a point where there's really no going back to the old world. Now, obviously, there are a lot
Mhm.
of people that are being told, you need to come back into the office. I mean, of course, we're a fully remote team, so we don't have to deal with that, right? So it's
Yeah.
fantastic. But not everyone's that lucky, and I think that people are starting to realize after 2 years of dealing with the pandemic and all the changes that it kind of, made in people's lives and things that it brought to light. I think people everywhere in every sector are finally saying, "You know what? There's a better way." And we're not gonna
Mhm.
just go with the status quo anymore because we don't have to. We have options now.
Right.
So, no, good for
Right.
them.
Yeah, good for them.
All right. Now, yeah, let us know what you think in the comments about all that. Yeah, because it could affect your bottom line as well.
Absolutely.
So now it's time for Books Keep
Books
Buzz.
Keep. All right. So our good friends over at Books Keep are always busy. I don't know where Cindy finds the time, quite honestly. Cindy Thomason, who we've partnered with, always gives such great advice on how to run your business better and keep your financials in check. A couple days ago, Cindy published a blog piece entitled "Get the Wheels Moving: Financial Data and Cash Management." And the piece talks about how you can create order and structure for your business once you get it off the ground. And that's part of a larger series called Smart CFO. That's all blog posts. She talks in this article about how to analyze your financial data by setting up your chart of accounts, understanding gross margin, operating margin, and net margin, and then making decisions for your business based on all of that data. The piece also explores how the Profit First system can help, which we've mentioned many times on this show, as well as looking at different finance options for your business. So check it out at Bookskeep. We'll post a link on the screen and in the comments if you want to head over there and read that. That is, as always, great information from Bookskeep.
Yeah, always good, helpful information.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah,
We're just
super
moving right
cool.
along. So, Andrea, you're in the hot seat now. Amazon News.
Amazon News. Do I get my own place card someday? Like,
I think we
could it be
should.
Andrea's Amazon
Amazon
News.
News?
Yeah, I like the
Yeah,
alliteration. Let's do it.
Yeah.
yeah, we need to do that. I apologize. I'm just setting up the links here for your segment.
You're good. You're good. We have some really good articles this week.
Yeah, I was kind of rushing to get those in. I had them all on a list, and then I misplaced my list. How do you do that in a digital age? I don't know, but I found a way.
Jeff,
So,
at our age, like, we can misplace
yeah,
anything. You know
yeah,
that.
that's true. Very true. But all right, I think we're ready.
Okay.
All right.
So this first article, Chinese sellers don't want to rely on Amazon. Super interesting article, I thought so. So China has a growing sentiment to de-Amazonize across cross-border e-commerce. De-Amazonize. So I like
Wait,
that
did
brand
you
new
make that up?
word. No, it's from the article.
Does it
From the
actually say
article, I
that?
promise. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Oh, I
think it
see it
does.
now. Yep.
de-Amazonize. Yep.
I was gonna say you should copyright
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was actually an op-ed published in the People's Daily, which is the largest newspaper in China. And it provides direct information for their policies and viewpoints for the CCP, the Communist Party of China.
Mhm.
And so they are looking, the op-ed was called "Diffusing the Risk of Chokehold in China's Cross-Border E-commerce Channels." And the article lists high and increasing fees because of advertising, shutting down and freezing funds of hundreds of seller accounts, and the lack of access to customer data as reasons for diversification from Amazon. And that's just the recent example of similar articles over the past year from the People's Daily. And when Amazon seller suspension when that happened, when Amazon suspended a bunch of Chinese sellers' accounts, the sentiment got louder. And the sellers that got suspended were sellers that were paying for fake reviews and other Amazon violations that are a big no-no. So on top of this, Walmart has been capitalizing on this since opening up their marketplace to international sellers last year. they've added over 10,000 new sellers from China.
Wow.
And
Wow.
many of the suspended sellers on Amazon are now selling on Walmart instead. So that's the point. But the goals are actually even bigger than selling on other marketplaces, and they want to build a direct-to-consumer website. So kind of like their own Amazon, but directly from China. According to the South China Morning Post, another newspaper, the Shenzhen Commerce Bureau was even offering $2 million or 2 million yuan, sorry, which is $310,000, grants to local cross-border sellers for setting up e-commerce websites. So they're offering grants for that.
Wow.
Yeah, and let's see here. American sellers are working to diversify from Amazon for the same reasons. Chinese sellers started thinking about it only when Amazon remembered it had policies to enforce. But sellers in general have been trying to grow other channels for years. The challenge is that Amazon is bigger than other marketplaces combined, and selling through a direct-to-consumer website is not directly comparable. So it's just Amazon has such a stronghold on the market that it's going to be hard for these sellers to keep up their businesses, especially even through the Walmart marketplace. Have you guys used the Walmart marketplace at all?
I've used it on some things by mistake, actually. Because
No, I've looked at it, but I haven't used it.
I mean, for
I
hard to
haven't
find
either.
stuff, you can, I was looking at, I think it was like PlayStation 5s and that one. Those were hard to find.
Same, Jeff. That's
You
what we
know.
were looking at
And then I
Christmas
said,
time,
"Oh,
yeah.
Walmart has them." And then I looked. It's like, well, it's $1,000 for a PlayStation 5. And then
Right?
it was one of those, other sellers on them.
Markup.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, well,
That stinks.
Yeah.
That just
Well, I
stinks.
also know someone who got hit by scammers on Walmart by
oh,
third-party sellers.
No,
Yeah, twice, in fact.
that's scary.
They bought high-ticket items. I think one of them was like something like a playground equipment for their kids. And
oh, no.
yeah, and the scam was so it never delivered. It never delivered. They kept the money, and then when they tried to track it down, it had delivered like someplace else. And I guess the scam is that they're getting your money and then they're keeping the equipment too. They deliver it to an address that they control.
Oh,
But it was for whatever reason, it was really difficult for like, I don't know if it was UPS to like, they wouldn't tell them what address that they delivered to for privacy reasons.
ah,
So
Oh
yeah,
my
so it didn't work
goodness.
out.
yep. And like I said,
Oh
that
my
happened to them
goodness.
2 different times within like 2 years. So
I don't know if I want to buy from
I'm not
Walmart.
saying that, that's the typical experience, but that's just something that I know firsthand happened to someone. Had never heard of something like that before, but
Yeah,
that
me
was
neither.
yeah. And like I said, it's just typically big things, big things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
So
hoping you
they
were
just
gonna
keep
say like I
not
was
little things,
hoping
yeah.
you
And
were
they
gonna
so
say
like I
like
think the idea
bought
is they
like
just
they bought like a play center and then like it comes in the
no,
mail and it's like this big. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, yeah, they keep recycling, they keep selling the same because my thought is the scammers just have 1 or 2 of these things because 'cause they're so expensive, and they just keep selling the same one over and over as if they have
Sending it to
multiples,
the
and it just
cheaper
keeps going to
address.
that same address.
So sneaky.
Yeah, it's
That is
crazy.
really sneaky.
I know, scammers
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
scam.
curious what the Walmart seller like what their side looks like,
Mm.
like their seller central version. I'm really
Yeah, that's interesting, I don't
curious.
know.
Yeah. But yeah, um, back to the article about Chinese sellers. For over a year, Americans have been gaining market share in Amazon. So that's reversing the multi-year trend of losing predominantly Chinese sellers. But there are still just as many Chinese sellers on Amazon as American sellers.
Wow.
So despite the growing negative sentiment in China towards Amazon, chances are nothing will significantly change anytime soon. So, but it's an important signal regardless, partly because the push to de-Amazonize. I'll never be able to say it. De-Amazonize is part of government policy.
Just
So,
thinking about saying that gives me a headache. So
yeah.
I'm glad it's you, not me.
De-Amazonize. Have to say it slow. Just like you have to teach yourself how to say arbitrage correctly.
Yeah.
That took
Yeah.
me a while. Arbitrage.
Arbitrage.
Arbitrage. But yeah, I thought that was a super interesting article. Thanks for finding that, Jeff.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And the next one is Amazon Pet Day.
Yay.
May
Who doesn't love
2nd.
pets?
Exactly. Who doesn't love pets? So May is National Pet Month, in case you didn't know. And Amazon is celebrating by offering their first ever Amazon Pet Day. So May 2nd, Amazon will offer 24 hours of big savings to all US shoppers on a wide selection of tail wagging deals across categories such as home, pets, and electronics. Ooh, electronics. What kind of electronics do you think they have for dogs?
And probably the
pets, I
shock
mean.
collars, maybe, or the invisible fence.
Ooh, I wonder if
maybe,
they've got,
or-
for my cats, I wonder if they have those automatic cleaning litter boxes.
Oh yeah.
They're so
Yes.
expensive. They're like $150.
Oh
I have
wow,
2
are they
cats.
really?
All right, well,
Yeah.
look at Amazon Pet Day and see if
Yeah.
they have them on sale. I bet they will.
I bet they will.
Yeah. So yeah, May 2nd, 24 hours of Amazon pet deals. So and they can also, customers can also simultaneously shop and support a pet charity through Amazon Smile.
Aw.
So customers visiting smile.amazon.com will find the exact same Amazon experience, amazing deals, wide selection, fast free delivery options to ensure toys and treats arrive quickly, with the added bonus that Amazon Smile will donate a portion of the eligible purchase price to the charity of the customer's choice.
Nice.
So on Amazon Pet Day, make sure you go to smile.amazon.com, and that's how you will be able to donate to the charities that they have available. So I thought that was cool. Also, pet shoppers can create an Amazon pet profile. So you can create a profile for your pet, and then Amazon will recommend items curated for the pet all year round. And this is for whether you own a dog, a bird, a horse, a reptile, or fish. The pet profile will accommodate all sorts of breed and species.
You have
You
one
guys
of
say
these for
species
your
or
cat,
species?
Kim?
What's that?
Do you have one of these for your
Yeah.
cat? Little backpack?
No, but they're amazing. That is amazing.
Right? Love that background. You guys
And you
say
know what?
species or species?
Species.
Yeah, species.
Species, because
Okay.
species sounds like feces, and that's not
Yeah.
how it goes. Species.
All right, I will continue to say species.
Species cat.
Yeah, Amazon Pet Day. It sounds pretty cool. It's like
Yeah, I
Prime
like
Day
it.
for your pets. And the profile thing, that's also pretty cool too. So you can just
Look
be
at
like,
you
oh, I
get a
didn't
tent
think
for your
that.
doggy. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, we got this
And
great bed
then-
for Scully. It's a kind of elevated, so it's like a little hammock, and it's got these padded things around the side. He loves it.
Ah.
Aww.
I'll see if I can dig up a picture while you talk
You
on the
should.
next one.
Yeah, so our next article, news article, it's from Market Pulse again. And it's about Amazon's DTC master plan. DTC stands for direct to consumer. So Amazon is attempting to build yet another flywheel to get direct to consumer brands off to the offload storage, delivery, and returns to Amazon with a new service. Buy with Prime, it's called. So on April 21st, Amazon introduced Buy with Prime, and the service will allow shoppers with a Prime membership to shop on e-commerce websites other than Amazon and check out using their Amazon account. So we've talked about that previously before on our show that this was coming. So I believe it was called it ties into Amazon Pay, where you can pay with your Amazon account on a different website, a third-party website. So Amazon has had services that allow Amazon shoppers to shop more easily on other retailers' sites for 15 years. First as checkout by, it used to be called Checkout by Amazon, and then it was Amazon Pay. And both have the same functionality with the new Buy with Prime. Log in with Amazon username, pay with a credit card, and use shipping address stored in your Amazon account. It's unclear how much volume Amazon Pay processes, but the checkout button is present on hundreds of thousands of websites. I haven't seen it at all. Have you?
I haven't
Have you
either.
I
guys
have not seen
all?
it yet. No.
Yeah.
And I'm an online shopper, so
Yeah.
just thought that was interesting.
Same.
Yeah.
So yeah, with Prime, Buy with Prime merges Amazon Pay and Amazon Fulfillment. So rather than only handling payments, a convenience feature competing with Amazon Pay and others, it also guarantees delivery time and free shipping. So the merchant could already be offering free delivery in 2 days, but the idea is that shoppers will trust the Prime badge more. So you're kind of paying for, you know, that fulfillment service, or companies are paying for the fulfillment service from Amazon as well as the free shipping. But yeah.
Is it that the seller is going to ship too, or is it FBA as well?
I'm not. I think it's FBA. It sounds like it's FBA. So it sounds like they'll be keeping stock from these businesses directly in their warehouses and doing it that way. That's what I'm guessing, because it sounds like otherwise, you know, if it were merchant, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust it would be there in
Even though
2
they do
days
have,
necessarily.
I was just thinking, oh, I wonder if this is something they're trying to lessen the need for FBA employees to combat the union push.
Oh, right.
I always go to
Right.
the conspiracy thing, you know.
I think this has been in the making for a long time, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So it's just shopping directly from merchants' online stores with the trusted experience they expect from Amazon, including fast, free delivery, a seamless checkout experience, and free returns on eligible orders. Ooh, that eligible orders caveat really
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, like what is eligible?
Yeah.
So.
Right. What's eligible?
There's Scully.
Oh,
let's see.
Oh, he's so cute.
My goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a little couch. I love
Yeah,
it.
he loves that thing. It's padded. He'll just lay there. He gets in it.
That's
It's
really
like elevated, so it's like a little hammock.
cute.
Oh,
Pupper.
next to the Roomba, I see.
I see.
Yeah.
I know.
He hates that thing. It just
I was
fits
gonna say,
underneath his
the
bed,
Roomba.
but it'll bump him. Yeah, he hates it. He just avoids it when it starts.
Oh,
It's funny.
He's so cute.
Anyway, that little sidetrack there. I wonder if this next one is yeah, it's the same. I wasn't sure.
Oh,
It
the
looks
next.
like it. Yeah. Oh, I just
the
had
next.
that doubled.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
But it looks
Yeah,
like
it's the same, different site, same article.
oh, okay. Just trying and seeing. So they're trying to grow Buy with Prime. So it goes DTC, direct to consumer sellers, join Buy with Prime. And then there's an increased selection. And DTC sellers send inventory to Amazon. Yep. So they're going to send their inventory to Amazon. So it will be fulfilled FBA.
Okay.
Yeah. Customer experience. Increased Buy with Prime recognition, and third-party sellers will join Buy with Prime. So,
Hey, I mean, Amazon's the first place I usually go to look for stuff anyway.
Same.
Anymore.
Yeah.
But
same. But yeah, Buy with Prime. I haven't come across it on any websites, which I just think is strange. I figured I would have already, but
I guess you'd use your same
yet.
payment options as well on your Amazon account then, right? So
yeah, it would be like PayPal, right? Where it just connects you to
like,
your account and
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just like PayPal.
Huh.
which I love PayPal.
Hmm.
I'd be afraid with Amazon because I have so many, because you buy gifts for people on Amazon and send it directly to their house. And what if
Yeah.
it picks the wrong address?
I know, right?
Oh, but yeah, we'll see how far this goes. I think it'll be really interesting. It's just another way to grab a hold of the market, and
Of
Yep.
course it is.
Yeah.
super interesting.
Well, thanks, Andrea.
Oh yeah.
And now we have product updates, and we have something that's just came out. Let me just get it set up here. Scoutify 2 had a pretty big update, which was nice.
Yay.
Yay.
And don't forget, guys, to add your comments to the stream so you can win some swag. And we're looking for your category or your most profitable item. And just make sure you add #profit to your comment. So make sure you get those in before the end of the broadcast, before we draw, and we'll get our lucky winners.
Yeah, because otherwise Dave Harrington is just going to take everything. So
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
default.
Dave's gonna do.
And you know what?
Good.
That's on you guys. If Dave gets everything, we
Not
give you
Dave's fault. Dave's just a
Not
loyal
Dave's
viewer.
fault.
He deserves he deserves it all. That's what I say.
Yep.
I would say your mom too, but we know she just got her box of swag.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she's set for a while.
she
We
is
don't want to get accused of insider trading.
nepotism.
Yeah. So yeah, and Scoutify, it's always been a pain point for our users, and we've heard you, over the years, we're signing into Seller Central before you get those restriction notifications in Scoutify 2. And then if you leave the app and come back, you have to sign in again. And it was due to the browser security stuff. And so finally, with some changes in the back end with Amazon's API, we're able to actually provide that without you having to sign in. So when you go to the settings, which is in the lower right there, go to Amazon restrictions, and then right at the top, you can turn that on or off there. And what you can also do is set it up to just show you restrictions in certain conditions. This was a user suggestion that we implemented. I believe it was a used bookseller. He never sold anything new. It was always used. And so he just wanted to check for the 4 used conditions and none of the rest. And so with that, you can turn those on or off as you like. And when you do get do scan for something, you can see if you're restricted or not right on the list of items. So very handy. And then you can tap on the little Amazon restriction button. It opens up your restrictions. If it's an ideal buy, it'll show you at the top what those parameters are that you've set. And I'll show you where to set those in the settings page. But the restrictions will show below. And then you can request approval by tapping on the link at the very bottom. If you're not approved in something, sometimes Amazon will instantly approve you. So even though you're not approved, don't let that stop you from, just hitting the link, and it'll take you to Amazon. You have to sign in, of course, but then you'll get the button to request approval. Sometimes it's auto approved. Sometimes you have to submit documents, but it only takes you a second now to do it right from the app.
So
And
cool.
yeah, much better. And then for your ideal buy, you want to set your desired ROI here, and then your ideal buy, make sure you turn that on. Set your maximum offers. Check if Amazon is not the merchant, or you don't care if they are, and then great rank only. And yeah, so it'll show you up right here. So it's nice. It's right on the screen, so you can know whether or not to investigate further. You can see in this test account, pretty much restricted on everything. But even if you select it, you can still get to the restrictions from the product details page by just tapping there. Takes you to the same page. So yeah, pretty big update. It's going to make things a lot simpler in Scoutify, that's for sure.
That's very cool.
No hazmat yet, but we are looking at data on that as well. So, but yeah. So it's I had a
Very
couple of
cool.
webinars over the
That is cool.
last week, and it was pretty well received. So that was nice. All right. Well, I don't have any. Do you have any tales from support, Andrew? Anything that's come up? I have this old one in there, but we talked about that last week. So
Anything on Tales and Support? Nothing that's standing out right now. Nothing right now at the moment.
oh,
No.
whoops! I jumped ahead. I forgot to. My favorite part. I forgot to do it.
All of our favorite parts.
Off my game today, man.
So, do you want to just tell them about the one you did last time? Because maybe some viewers weren't around last time because it was the different time.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's so used to the 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'm wondering if, we probably maybe missed some people because they might not have realized that last time we did the late night edition.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. Share my screen.
And it is kind of a doozy.
Yeah.
Maybe worth repeating then, yeah.
I'll just share the doc here. So if you get it, this error opening file for writing C, it's a typical Windows error. And this happens when you're trying to install IL Print. And the issue is usually the antivirus software on Windows machines. And so this is what the error will look like right here. And you might not have permission due to the antivirus to install the file. And so you can click on this link, which I'll copy and paste in the chat. And then it has the steps to take to actually fix that on your machine. If you forget about this or don't get that link copied, we can certainly help you out. Just email support on that. We haven't had this one for a little while, but in case it comes up on your end, if you have a Windows machine, you can do that fix. But that's really the only thing that I can think of other than some printer issues. Usually an IL print, just installing it again helps that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
I'm
guess
really
we do
trying to
Q&A
think.
if anybody has questions about anything
Yeah.
laboratory lab related.
Yeah, let's do it.
Looks like we got a couple of late people. So just one more reminder, if you guys want a chance to win some swag at the end, just let us know what your most profitable category or item is. You can keep it vague and just put hashtag profit along with the answer in comments, and your name will be entered into the drawing.
I see Andy Zoomer's back. Always good
Hey,
to
Andy.
see Andy.
And for anyone that's coming
You're
in late, if you missed
coming
anything, you can watch us after the fact, of course.
on.
Yeah.
Any questions, anyone? Anybody want to
Nothing.
tell us their favorite part of the movie Roadhouse? Down for
Yeah.
that too. Talk about that.
Always
Yeah,
ready to
usually
talk
we have
about that.
Yeah, I mean, other than the obvious ending, but
yeah.
here we go. Dave's got a question. Let's see. Any hopes of fixing the lag when listing items? I've been using Seller Central for all MFN items because it takes so long.
And it's just MFN, huh?
Interesting. Is it just MFN, Dave? Not FBA? That's interesting.
Did you open a ticket already with us so we could get the dev console information from you? And sometimes that helps if we can get that from you. Then
No, he says no all.
Yeah, if you can open up a support
October.
ticket,
Yeah.
we can get
Yeah,
some
he
more
says
information from you.
it's been going on for a while, since October of 2021. And Andy was wondering on the tail of that, does it take longer for MFN to show up in Seller Central? But he says it's all, so I'm not sure. I'm not
I
sure.
know that there have been some tickets, some users, not everybody, but there's some customers that do experience slowness, and so we need to get the dev console and that information from them
Okay.
and all that. So, I mean, yeah, I know you brought it up here before, you say there, but it's best to go through support for those specific. 15 minutes with Seller Central, yeah. So,
Ooh, ouch. He says takes 2 hours with IL.
yeah, it shouldn't take that long.
No, that's
So, if you haven't filed a ticket, make sure you open it up one with support so you can get added to that case, because there are a couple of others that experience slowness, not all the time, but periodically. I know. It gets into that realm. It's the developers have to look into it. I mean, I wouldn't have the first idea on what could be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that we're dealt to equip with on our end is errors. Sometimes that causes a lag, but it shouldn't be. If you don't have any errors, there should not be a lag. So that's definitely something our developers will have to look into.
And are you experiencing slowness, Dave, when you add it to a batch? Like if I were going to add an item to a batch, like for
Googly eyes.
example,
Oh.
googly eyes. Yeah.
really nice.
So if I'm going to add this step and let's see, so adding it to the batch, that'll probably give me an error because I'm not author. Oh, okay. Let me add. Does that take a long time, or is it when you then send review the batch and then submit it and go through all that process that it takes time for it to show up with on Amazon? Yeah, I knew I was going to get a error on that one.
$45 for a doorstop?
It's a fantastic doorstop, though.
What is it?
It's not a door. It's actually, it goes on your inside of your car door. So you
Oh,
can
Oh.
create
okay.
the step so you can step up on it if you have something on a roof, like a roof storage
Oh, that's
thing.
clever.
Yeah. It works pretty slick. I picked one up for our Forerunner because we have one of those roof rack things and works pretty slick. But
That's pretty dope.
It's such a simple thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
wish I'd have thought of it.
Dave says, some other sellers who are experiencing it.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, we don't
definitely.
have any open tickets with
There's one in there that's
MFN.
pretty old. They're trying to, or they were. That's
Yeah.
definitely for support. That's the place to get that sorted out. Wish we had more info for you, but yeah. Okay, incomplete, and later the price updates along with the item.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Have you checked with? I was going to say check with seller support, but because if we've sent the feeds and then they've accepted them, you haven't gotten any errors. I mean, that's the first thing. Yeah, if we give them the feeds and they accept them, which usually is fairly quick, then for them not to make them active is something in Seller Central and nothing to do with our app. So, but we can check on all that stuff for you when you open up a ticket, or if you check in on a ticket if you've already opened up one. Do they all use Inventory Lab? Because this sounds familiar now, because I had a ticket, it was a week or so ago, of somebody that it wasn't getting activated and it stayed inactive. And then it turns out that it's actually something on Amazon's end. It wasn't anything that we did, because we're sending all of the feeds and they're accepting them. And we can show you examples of the feeds. So when it happens, we can then show you what we sent to Amazon, and we could show you, what they respond with back to us, and then give that to you to show their support in the ticket that you'll have to open up with their support. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what would be causing this lag. It should not take an hour to 2 hours for it to show up.
Well, I don't have any other things left on the agenda, and we don't have any more questions. We can get to the swag giveaway.
Yep.
Which
And so
I think we can probably do it by eyeballing it.
we probably just could.
I don't even think we have to do a drawing. I think we can
Yeah.
Just
So Dave, email us. I won't try to pronounce. It's FWAB P132.
Yep.
Email us as well. And we can do one more. If somebody puts in #profits into the comments right now, you can get in on a swag.
Yep. So looking at you, Andy, Christina, just
Yeah,
pop in #profit. You don't even have to answer the question at this point. Dave says gift card.
Normally we'll do a gift card when we have more viewers.
Yeah.
But then something like this, we just do the swag boxes.
Just do swag, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Andy's in.
All right, Andy, check the mail. Yeah, do you guys have anything else? I don't, kind of ended a little bit early, but
I think that's it, rather than, torture everyone with, more
listening to us blather on.
Roadhouse stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of Roadhouse stuff, though, isn't that fantastic?
I was
Isn't
gonna
that
say,
fantastic?
you could just spend the last 5 minutes staring at that poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, Dave, Andy, and Christina, and Troy B132, reach out to us at support@inventorylab.com, and we'll get some swag boxes sent to you.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you another poster. No, I'll show you another poster in just a second.
Oh, cool. All right. While he's doing that, I just want to remind everyone, if you're watching this after the fact, just make sure you tune in. I wondered if, like, last time people were thrown because we did a late night edition because we were talking to Be Cool, who are on the other side of the world. But normally we're here every other Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So show up next time in 2 weeks, and hopefully we can give away not only some swag, but an Amazon gift card too. Whoa, look at that.
Oh,
That's amazing.
God.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the old Munsters show, I finally was able to
love
snag
the
one
old
of
Munster
these.
show.
Yeah, when they had a
Wow.
feature-length movie.
That's
way back in the day.
fantastic.
It was in the
I don't know that I've
60s or
ever seen
something.
it. I don't know if I ever saw the movie.
Saw it on TV many, many moons ago.
Whoa, I bet somebody uploaded the whole
TV
thing onto
movie.
YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
It's not Roadhouse, but
No, I mean, everything pales in comparison, but
Yeah.
Munsters is still really cool.
Yep. I used to watch the Monsters on Nick at Night
Oh,
reruns.
so great. That and the Addams
Yeah.
Family. I used to watch the
Yeah.
Patty
Yep.
Duke Show and Dobie Gillis, and there was all sorts of fun stuff to watch.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks,
for joining
Dave.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
Contact
Dave.
support.
Just shoot us an email.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it. We won't.
All right, everybody.
any
We
more
hope
time.
to see you in a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks
right.
for joining us.
Thank you.
See y'all later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.